Folks, we know Jason Chaffez is going to be going on a witch hunt, and he's going to entertain this witch hunt for the next 2 years if Clinton, even if she doesn't become president of the United States. This is like really ridiculous, and this is one of the reasons why it's so important that in 2018 that we take the House of Representatives back over, because it's guys like this that remind me of McCarthyism, okay? Innuendos, they want to investigate the whole damn world, okay? And if you don't toe their line, then you, as far as McCarthy was concerned, were a communist sympathizer. Well, Chaffez may not be calling Clinton a communist sympathizer, but he's going after her in the same way that Joseph McCarthy went after anybody that he considered quote-unquote un-American. Check this out.
You said something today that got some attention, saying that this is going to take, you got 2 years worth of material all lined up if she becomes president. Does that mean, I mean, if she is elected, you're saying we're in for at least 2 years of investigations into her?
Well, look, no matter if she's elected or defeated, the Congress has a job to do, and that is to clean up the mess that Hillary Clinton made at the State Department. This is potentially one of the largest breaches of security in the history of the State Department. You had classified material that...
Notice he said potentially breaches. He didn't say there were breaches. He said potential breaches. The FBI, for all the credence you give to them, claimed that her server was not hacked. But obviously, he's not going to go along with that one because it doesn't fit his narrative.
Was migrating to a non-classified system. You have allegations of a quid pro quo discussion between the Undersecretary of Management, Patrick Kennedy, and FBI agents. I mean, I got
you guys investigate him? Because it's all focused on Hillary right now, but Patrick Kennedy, how is he going to be held to account?
Look, we're going to expose this. We're going to shine light on it. That's what we do in the United States of America. We're different than the rest of the world. We are self-critical, and I have a constitutional duty to be the tip of the spear, to be that check and balance on the executive branch. I'm not...
Sounds like Joseph McCarthyism to me, the tip of the spear. And it's kind of funny that with all the bullshit going on with Donald Trump, okay, as far as foreign dealings, violation of the Cuban embargo, there's no investigation going on as far as he's concerned. Just pointing that out.
Here to be a cheerleader for the president, and shame on those Democrats and the others who say, oh, we should just back off if she's elected. No matter what happens in this election, we're going to work to hold her accountable. She's the one that created this mess.
What about, I have to ask you about the fact that you say you're voting for Donald Trump. You said just earlier last month, October 8th, the day of the Access Hollywood tape breaking, I'm out. I can no longer endorse Donald Trump for president. And you talked about your 15-year-old daughter saying you can't look her in the eye and tell her that you endorse this man when he acts like this. So, you know, I realize that voting for him is different than an endorsement, but how are you going to look the same 15-year-old daughter you referenced and explain your vote?
Voting for him is an endorsement. It's a powerful endorsement because it's your vote. And this guy basically said he preferred to have a racist, misogynist, bigot, okay, that actually has no policies, that is in love with Vladimir Putin in the White House, versus someone who may or may not have exposed a private server to hacking of classified information, okay, who may or may not have enriched herself legally, because there is nothing or no lawsuits or even an investigation as far as the ties between the Secretary of State position and the Clinton Foundation. That was debunked earlier yesterday morning by ABC, in speaking both to the FBI, obviously, and the Department of Justice. So that piece was debunked. So bottom line, we have allegations on one side, i.e. Clinton, okay, versus actual statements of sexism, misogyny, etc. By Donald Trump on the other. and he has decided that he's going to go with the misogynist rather than the person who is potentially or was potentially a security risk. Yeah, right.
Well, my wife and I did vote for Donald Trump last week. I think we're doing and going through a lot of the discussions that people all across this country are doing. I never, ever want to be able to say it's President Hillary Clinton, and that's the choice. There's only two people that have a chance of becoming the president. And if you don't vote for Donald Trump, you're essentially creating a window and an opportunity for Hillary Clinton to become the president. So
It's funny how that same argument is used by both sides. When the Democrats are appealing to their guys, they're basically saying if you vote for anybody other than Hillary Clinton, you're creating a window for Donald Trump. And he just said the exact opposite. So I guess that argument must hold some kind of water if you're an independent.
Tough. We are never going to support or endorse or condone any sort of action or verbs or words or anything about sexual harassment or belittling women.
You just did by stating that you voted for Donald Trump, both you and your wife. So you are condoning it because you're voting for the guy.
I don't want to ever be in that position, but we're with a choice right now.
Okay, but let me play devil's advocate, because what his critics would say is past his prologue. And if he gets into the office, the most powerful office in the land, and does any of this stuff to any young women, that's on you if you voted for him. That's their argument.
Well, it's not like the Clintons have a clean record, Megan.
Okay, so now he's going to mix apples and oranges because Hillary Clinton is the one that's running for a president, not Bill Clinton. If Bill was running, absolutely, that would be a great argument to make. But you can't make that argument. You're mixing apples and oranges when you're comparing Donald Trump to Hillary Clinton. But that's what a lot of these guys like to do. They try to confuse people and mix subjects where there is no basis for doing so.
I mean, all you have to do is look at what Bill Clinton did in the Oval Office and what he did with interns and all these other lines of women and what they were doing. So it's not as if you're comparing apples to oranges. I mean, it should never be acceptable, ever. And that's exactly what I talked about with my 15-year-old daughter and our son and our other daughter as well. But you have a choice. And if you look at the Supreme Court and you look at all the other issues that face this country, by far, it's Donald Trump is going to be better. That's how we looked at it, and that's why I made the decision to vote this way. But I'm still not going to endorse him. I still can't defend those comments. But we all have to make a choice, and that's a choice that my wife and I made.
Yeah, and the choice that you made was to support a misogynist, a xenophobe, a racist, a bigot. There is not one single group that Donald Trump has not offended in this country other than white men. And you're going along with this because, in my opinion, you think you're going to have the ability to try to control him. And you know something? I don't think you guys are going to have that ability. I think that the white nationalists are going to have more power as far as the office of the presidency is concerned if Donald Trump does get elected.